I've come from Stoke-on-Trent. Well, it's quite annoying because my husband, the farm has been in his family for several generations, and over the years the farm has gradually got smaller and smaller, and this is like the final nail in the coffin really, because we just been systematically robbed, and they're just hiding it under different guises.
I thought it was a disgrace, and I thought it was about time that Starmer and his government stood by and listened to the general public and the farmers, mainly.
So the reality is a lot of farmers aren't really making a profit, right? So what you pass around through the generations, your family farm's just going to diminish. And then the only thing that's really going to happen is either going to be sold for housing, or it's just going to be bought up by big farming firms.
Come from North East Essex near Colchester. It's a total thought of dread, really, to be honest. The money that we earn on the farm is a pittance compared to a lot of other industries. We have high turnover, low profit, and there's just not enough money in it to pay any sort of tax of that degree.
Stop swanning around 15 other countries in 4 months, come back to the UK and listen to your farmers.
Well, I'd like the Chancellor to realise that she's totally got her figures wrong with it. The figures she's talking about for us not to be taxed, the threshold is so low compared to what any sort of decent acreage of land is worth. It hasn't accounted for farm buildings and machinery and anything like that. If we were to get this death tax, as it were, it would be probably over £500,000. Farm machinery had to be sold, a house or land to pay it.
I'm from the Hertfordshire, but I work for the Countryside Alliance. I used to be a farmer, farmed in Devon a long time ago. This is about our members and the fact that they're in this situation. Many of them, like many of the farmers here in this situation, they just want to pass that farm on to the next generation, and they're being caught in what is actually quite a nasty policy the Treasury have introduced. And the politics of this are quite, are getting really difficult. I think you're seeing the government now doubling down. I really don't think they knew what they were doing.
I'm from Tisbury, and I'm part of a family-run farm, and we have 220 dairy cows. I've donated today some of our produce, which goes into a product called Anchor Spreadable, which is actually an Arla product. So we're here to sort of, as we're a family farm, to say to the Labour government that really the farm tax is the final nail in the coffin. Really what I think we should be protesting about is food availability, the price of food, the price that we get paid for food, which is nowhere being near enough for what we do for the time we put in.
I would just say go back and talk to people that understand what farming is about, not from textbooks or things they pulled out of thin air, just to listen to what people are saying, people that know, and that that have got generations of experience, but across from the small farms to the great big huge farms, but just to take it on board.
It had a massive impact on us. I've been on the farm 30 years. I'm one of 2 brothers that will inherit, and it could be the end of our partnership.
Now that the real numbers are coming out, the real impact on real people, I feel the government's got to back down.
We have a mixed farm, arable, beef and sheep, and I brought some produce today. We don't generate enough money out of farming to pay this sort of tax as a big lump sum. So it's just a non-starter really for us. We're going to have to end up selling land or selling assets in order to pay it, making our farms probably less viable to go forward with for the next generation. So it gets smaller and smaller. Before you know it, we'll be rather like French farmers, 10 acres with barely nothing to do. We'll all be coming to work in the city.
No farmers, no food, no future. Save the environment, stop shipping it in from abroad, and buy British farmers.
Always